Hi, I'm Bonnie Annis,
And I'm Stephanie Prestige.
and we're here today from Lemoore to talk about something that is a question we were asked during our Esse Discovery Week that we just wrapped up last week. It was really exciting, 3,000 kilometers almost worth of driving across Ontario. We met skincare therapists from Windsor to Ottawa and North and South Points as well. And we didn't realize that one of the questions that people had is how to use the Esse rewilding 30-day rewilding trial kits. There are 3 of them. Do you want to talk about which 3 there are?
Yes, the one I just showed you, this is the sensitive range rewilding kit, and it starts specifically here with rewilding, which we'll explain in a minute. We also have the dry skin travel trial set.
Let's just angle it a little. There's some glare there. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Looks better. And all of them have instructions and details on the back, which we'll go through in a minute. And one we sold out of during the Esse Discovery Week.
It's kind of a crazy week.
Is the normal to oily skin type trial travel set as well.
So there's 3 sets.
Yep.
And I think the biggest question we had during the Discovery Week was how do skincare professionals use these kits to help their clients?
For clients' home care routines.
Okay.
They are meant for personal client use.
Okay, not for back bar.
Correct.
Not for back bar.
So
okay.
yes, there's a full professional range for back bar. So this is meant to give detailed instructions on the box, detailed product descriptions of each box containing 4 products.
So it's ideal to set the client up for their 30-day rewilding to make the biggest impact in the shortest time frame. And there's several things in there that we're going to talk about. So I guess my question, when we've got we did live demos of the Esse Live Probiotic experience multiple times throughout the week. So how would this 30-day rewilding set fit in with the live probiotic experience?
Seamlessly with before and after treatment care. If it's your first time seeing your client during the live probiotic experience treatment, then of course I'd start it right after.
Okay.
If you want to help their skin get ready for the experience of the treatment, before helps a lot as well.
So this is ideal for a client with inflammatory skin conditions, with not necessarily sensitive, because that's, I think the sensitive range, people often have the impression, well, I don't have any sensitive skin.
And I think where that, yeah, I completely agree, but where people don't always think back to is conditions on the skin are inflammatory responses.
Right. So such as acneic skin,
Papules and pustules, the actual sore breakout.
4 to 6 weeks to answer any questions for them. And then when they're going to come back in, they're going to have another live probiotic experience.
Yep.
And that it includes the use of 5 billion, 5 billion live microbes to give the fastest reset for your client's skin. So,
and I'm going to add to that too, because a positive thing for a professional skin therapist is the box, every box this way, on the instructions on this side, on week 5, it actually says consider a visit to an S expert for a skin analysis to support the next phase of your skin rewilding journey.
right.
So the box even tells your clients to come back to you.
I like that.
Yeah.
And that's what people need to do, right? As a passionate skincare professional, that's what you want, is you want to see your clients again to see how their skin is doing. We highly encourage your clients sending you photos as they're going to see how things are doing. Personally, I love that. That's my favorite thing to do. Send me a picture. Send me a picture. I want to see what it looks like, because it's lovely. We've noticed just from our own experiences recommending the sensitive set, seems to be around day 5 that people are starting to get those aha moments. We encourage people to journal their experience. We encourage people to take pictures on a daily basis, at least at the very beginning, because you don't realize how effective that is going to be as quickly. So my question then is to how does a skin professional know which kit to recommend? Given that there's a sensitive, there's a normal oily, and a dry, how does a skin professional know which one to recommend? And for whom? Like what are you seeing that you go, oh, that's what you need?
All inflammatory skin conditions, you're going to go to the sensitive range rewilding kit, because all those conditions are your skin and your immune system being involved, and we need to calm both down. We need to calm the immune system down to be able to calm the skin organ down. So you're going to start here. Now, does a person still need to be rewilding if they're not experiencing significant skin conditions? Absolutely.
Yeah, I need to address this because I am approaching 60. I've used good quality natural source skincare for a lot of years, and I was resistant. I was like, my skin's not sensitive. I don't have a sensitive bone in my body. Maybe emotionally sensitive, but that's it. So my skin is not sensitive in any way. My biggest challenges on my skin were hyperpigmentation and some firmness. I recently, a couple years ago now, dropped some extra weight, and I found that I just needed a little plumping. But I wouldn't have said that my skin was sensitive, and it was you who told me, no, this is what you need to start with. And I thought, well, I'm not really going to see any difference. I'm not going to get that purging. I'm not going to get that detox reaction, but I did. The great thing about journaling is I can remember, because I've written it down, I can remember exactly when that happened. And I was one of the examples of the bigger they are, the harder they fall kind of thing, because I was really resistant, but I did it, and thanks to Stephanie, I really learned a lot from the experience. So we're going to start with that one for most of the people.
Yeah.
Okay. And in the other situations, when are we going to recommend the oily or the normal oily or the dry?
For the dry kit, if someone is genetically, and again, this comes back to genetics, not skin conditions.
Okay.
If someone genetically is a dry skin type where they do have a slower sebum production, they have their entire life. Like, we're not talking all of a sudden it stopped. Someone that has, where they do need more emollient-rich ingredients on their skin. Because also we know, and we've discussed this in our previous videos, that sebum is a big part of the skin's microbiome. So some people need a little extra help,
Okay.
a little bit more for that feeding aspect of the prebiotics. So that's when you would go to the dry kit of the 4 products, which we'll touch on in a second. When it comes to the normal oily kit, if somebody is significantly oily, like I'm talking the clients where, they are probably over cleansing or overdoing, but then an hour later they're already super oily. Okay, they need a little extra support in trying to get to a healthier sebum, because clearly their sebum is overproduced at a poor quality, and that's why they also have so much congestion and acne and everything else.
Okay.
So we need to help slow that down, help that way too. So there's times where we have the other 2 boxes when it's really weighing in overproduction of oil, or really weighing into not enough production of sebum.
I'd love to know what the percentages are in terms of what you're seeing as a skincare professional. We would love to hear your feedback. Are we talking 75% sensitive, 25% the other 2? Are we seeing 50-50? I would love to see. My experience has been that I feel that the vast majority of people are just overdoing it. The people who say my skin is oily, they are in their late 30s, their 40s, and they're still using the tea tree based foaming cleanser that they used as a teenager, because they're getting that afternoon oiliness feeling, whereas what they're really experiencing is their skin fighting back to produce some sebum to recover from the fact that it's been so stripped. So I'm really curious what statistically you're more likely to see as a skincare professional. But in the meantime, you can't go wrong with the sensitive 30-day rewilding set. And certainly that's been our experience in terms of what our clients are buying. They're far more getting the sensitive. So the next question we had a lot of is, why are there 4 products in this set? S is a very, very broad line. So maybe we can open that one again and talk about that, because it's already open. So why are there 4 products in the set, and what is the purpose of that?
Do less better. I think that's super important. Oh, here I go again. Oh. I'm so good at trying to do this as a mirrored image to myself. We need to do better to our skin, and doing better for your organ is doing less. How are you truly going to know with yourself as a professional skin therapist and with your clients? How are you truly going to know if something is working or not working when you introduce way too much in one time? You can even think of it with children, babies, when they first start introducing food to them. You introduce one thing at a time, and you increase. But you see, are they going to have a reaction? The skin should be treated the same way. Do less, do better for your skin.
Right. And I think that, certainly our experience of traveling with Alicia Stander, the S education specialist, she was very clear that she only uses 2 products routinely. So we can do less. We don't have to have 7, 8, 10 products on our bathroom counter. And that was freeing for me too, because it is such a broad line. I thought, well, maybe I'm supposed to be using all this stuff. And one of the things, I will be honest, I don't even use an eye cream anymore. I don't seem to need it. I've got all of that's available to me, but I'm not using it because my skin looks really good.
When's the last time you exfoliated?
I think I exfoliate kind of every couple of weeks, usually on a weekend, kind of as a treat for myself. But I wouldn't say, unlike before rewilding, I wouldn't say that I go, I need to exfoliate, my skin feels rough. It's more like, oh, it's Sunday morning, I'm gonna have a shower, I think I'll do the Microderm exfoliator. I now have the enzymatic exfoliant too, and I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to try that. But given that we're all kind of really, really busy right now, I don't know when I'm gonna even think about using it. I'm not using exfoliants because my skin feels like, wow, I need to exfoliate. And that is definitely something that's quite different. So, what do we have in these sets that people that are really essential to use? We can take those out too,
yeah.
probably.
I'll let you, because I sat on one box earlier today and broke it. So
that's okay, we'll get another box.
So I'll let her open it so I don't break anything else.
Okay, so this, first off,
sensitive
cleanser. And why is this in here?
For end of day removing of makeup and sunscreens from the skin. So we only need to use them when we need to take something off of our skin.
Okay.
Otherwise you rinse with water.
Okay. So this is one thing that we often have people say, what? Especially if they've been in the skincare industry for a long time. Our textbooks.
Cleanse twice a day.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot.
Yep.
That is a lot. Maybe that's why I've always kind of felt like a skincare failure, because I don't want to do that. I don't want to wear makeup. I don't want to cleanse twice a day. That just seems like a lot of work. Mm-hmm. So we are reducing the number of times we're cleansing. We are cleansing once a day to remove makeup, sunscreen, generally at night.
Yes, and in our week of us traveling, every demonstration we use the sensitive cleanser for the eye makeup remover, lip, and full face. And it took off in one application, full eye makeup, very nicely.
Very well. Yeah, we had often had clients that came in with makeup and left without makeup. That's the life in the industry. So the sensitive mist is also in the sensitive rewilding set.
And and it has your tindalized microbes, your postbiotics. So you introduce that later. This is the one product you wait to introduce until around week 3, week 4, depending how your skin's feeling.
Right.
But that's the one that gets a little active because we're like pushing out the bad pathogenic microbes. There's going to be a little fighting happening. So you want to introduce that slowly, not right away at the start.
I like that there's so much going on my skin. It's like I don't notice it. I would like to have a little microscope do this. If you want to see your skin under a microscope, if you want to see what microbes are living on your skin, then as a stockist, you have the opportunity to do your personal skin swab and to see your personal microbiome. We are making appointments for our stockists, and we're traveling around, visiting them to, there's a fairly lengthy process for this. Stephanie's going to ask a bunch of questions, record the answers, and she's going to swab your skin. And so we're doing a fair bit of traveling to go see people. Now, this one, the Protect Oil, I would say, if I had to let go, just personally, if I had to let go everything else in the rewilding set, I would, just to keep the Protect Oil.
And we've done a case study with this lovely bad boy.
Yes, we have some before and afters. We talked about that on YouTube. That's in one of our series. And I will say that this is the one thing I wouldn't do without. This one I use every single day. Only 3 drops. You don't need a lot of it. And this one is the most valuable. And why is that?
Shmenia oil.
All right. And what does that do for you?
It is outdoor pollution protection for your skin, and it's also UV protecting for your skin. But also it's significantly calming down inflammatory skin conditions.
Yes, we've seen
which
that.
Which is very eye-opening.
Right. We're actually doing a full panel discussion next week over on LinkedIn to talk about each person's perspective, what they want to share about the S philosophy. So finally, in the rewilding set is the Hydro Moisturizer for sensitive skin, or it's in the sensitive range. And what would you say is the most? What would you say the value proposition of this is?
A fantastic moisturizer for all skin types. No matter what range you are in a skin type, it's a great starting moisturizer. It gets its beautiful tone and color with rooibos. I love rooibos tea, but it's amazing for your skin.
Smells really good too, and it's very light in application. So that one is going to be used at the beginning of the rewilding process, right?
Yes. So you have at the beginning of your rewilding process, your Protect Oil should be going on morning and night. if you're doing your routine morning and night. Myself, I'm a morning routine only unless I have makeup on. So it goes into that time. Your cleanser only if you have something to remove. And then, yes, your hydro moisturizer to start.
Okay. So one of the things you said to me about why there are 4 products in this is that 3 of them are your regular use products and one of them is a targeted treatment. Would you say that applies across all 3 of the sets?
Yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so let's talk about the dry set.
You want to do dry next?
Yeah.
Okay. So with dry set, your targeted treatment is repair oil. So in the kit we just went through, your targeted treatment was protect oil. So with the dry kit, you have the cream cleanser, you have the bio mist, which is my favorite, just because it has more tendinized microbes in it. I get so excited. But that is the one you introduced later, okay, not at the beginning. You have rich moisturizer, which is amazing for Canadian winters. And repair oil, the difference of repair oil to your protect oil, repair oil has different oils in it. It has your vitamin E in it. It also has rosehip oil as well to help with pigmented scarring in scarring areas. So this could also be a fantastic kit when somebody's skin is healing. If they've gone through acne or if they've gone through trauma on their skin, a repair oil is an absolutely amazing
So maybe the post-blemish hyperpigmentation, post-blemish scarring, those kinds of things.
Post-secondary lesions all do very, very well with repair oil.
Okay. And repair oil is one of the things that is available individually as well for your clients if they are looking to try something but they're not looking to do the 30 days. Sometimes it's a process, right?
Yeah.
And I know, speaking for me, it was a process for me too. Okay, so let's talk about the normal oily set and how you would recommend that as well.
Yes, so here you have your focus product is hyaluronic serum. What is unique about this serum is the low molecular weight hyaluronic acid. Why that's important, I won't go too deep into it, but I'll keep it very simple right now. I'll be careful. Is molecule size. So low molecular weight means the molecules are smaller, which means it'll work better into the surface of the skin. Where most hyaluronic acids just sit on the very, very surface. They cannot absorb in because their molecules are too big.
Too big. Okay.
Keep it that simple for today.
So that's the targeted treatment
Yes.
in the normal to oily. Okay, that's great. And as people asked multiple times over our S Discovery Week, it's a 30-day rewilding kit, but there is about 4 to 6 weeks worth of product in there, and then you can get individual products to move on to the next part of your journey. So what is the next part of the journey after you've done your 30-day rewilding? What's the next step?
Coming back. You need to touch base with your professional skin therapist. You need your clients coming back and talking to you. Because within those 30 days, we need to have follow-up. That is crucial, is having follow-up. Because when clients start purging, the skin purges, it happens in many different ways with rewilding. Traditionally, when we talked in the industry about skin purging of a facial, it was always breakouts. But when you're dealing with the skin microbiome and you're asking bad pathogenic microbes to leave and your immune system is involved, very different things can happen. And I say it honestly of very different because every person, it has been different. And so you need to stay in touch with your client weekly. That is extremely important because when someone's skin changes, they panic. And the panic comes out in many ways and many forms for individual people.
But not even that. Like, my experience is not the panicking. My experience has been the big changes, the exciting changes. That's what I am
Yes,
finding.
and we've seen both.
Yeah.
We have been seeing both.
Yes, most often I'm seeing people saying, "Holy cow, this is amazing! I'm seeing such a
Absolutely.
difference." So that's very gratifying as a skincare professional, but you also want to be there for your clients if that's not their experience. If they're uncertain about what purging looks like for them, we have some great articles on our website about what that may look like during the rewilding process. I think we'll put that in the description of this video when we're done.
And that's the thing is, when clients have skin changes and if they worry, the other very important part is it's supposed to happen.
Right. It is
the
a vital
supposed
part of the
to happen,
process.
and that's why you need to be involved.
Yes.
You need to walk them through, sometimes hold their hand, and that's okay. But it's supposed to happen.
And I think in this day and age where people expect that they can order online, that's okay, I'll just order it online. It really shows the value of a skilled skincare therapist, a passionate skin therapist. You need to be involved with your client's journey. And
that, I want to add to that, because it's a very strong point. When a client's skin is purging and they're not sure how they feel about it, and they come to you about it, don't take that as a negative. It's because they really respect you and they want your help and advice.
Yes.
Where sometimes, not always, but sometimes it's perceived of something's wrong, my client doesn't know what to do. No. It's not negative. They came to you because they respect you, because you are the professional.
And we are the professionals supporting you as well. So we always welcome your comments. We always welcome your questions. So I am going to say, please feel free to reach out directly to us on our website, in our web chat. Please feel free to put your additional questions. We can do other videos that answer your questions. As we've been discussing this now for, I guess, close to a year, where we keep learning different questions and we have answers, and we'd like to be there for you to help you help your clients. So thank you so much for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you over on LinkedIn next week, and have a great day.